In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make a charcuterie board. And yes, I had to Google that to make sure I pronounced that correctly, but they're becoming more popular and it's a simple project you can do. First thing I do is go down to local Lowe's here, and they just started carrying this teak wood. First time I got a chance to use it. And after I grabbed that, I'm just going to go down to the cabinet hardware section, just find a pair of handles that I like. Any design will work, whatever you prefer. And basically what I'm going to start with here is this is a 3-foot piece, and I'm going to just cut it basically in 4 ways. I'm going to get 4 equal pieces out of it. So just really just simply measuring the center long ways and the center and the width ways, and just cutting 4 separate pieces here. Now this next step you don't have to do. I know not everybody has a CNC machine. I'm just showing you how I got the actual designing there. You don't have to do any design. It looks really good just on its own, just kind of stain or just clear coating it. But this step here is just an extra step, just so you can kind of see how it's done. But you really don't have to do anything at all, and it really looks just great on its own. And again, you won't have to do this step if you're not going to put any design in it. But I'm just showing you how I did this. I wiped the excess paint off. Makes it a lot easier to sand for later. And then this is the sanding process here, getting that extra paint off. And what it does, that white color really just pops that lettering there. Makes it look real nice. Now, using this glaze coat makes the product look completely different, and it really gives a nice kind of a shine to it. I've used this particular brand a few times. I've really enjoyed the outcome of it. Real simple as long as you follow the instructions, not too hard to use. But really, you pick up your box here at Lowe's. You'll need two stir sticks. I'm just using some scrap wood here, just gonna be thrown away. And you can pick up these containers at Lowe's. They're like $1 or less than that. They're great because they have the measuring on the side, and you'll need a total of 4 of them for one application here, the way you have to do it. But I'm just going to kind of show you real quick how this works, and then I'll be putting it on my project here that I've been working on. And it's below freezing, actually below 0 outside right now here in Alaska, so I'm having to kind of move inside and work off the basement floor here. So let's go on and go to the first step here. One more thing I forgot to mention is you are going to need a heat source, and no laughing at the pink hair dryer. My propane torch, I'm out of propane right now, and so I don't have anything else other than a hair dryer. But this does work good. It puts off the right amount of heat, and you will need some form of heat source, get rid of bubbles, but just ignore the pink hair dryer I had to go find in our bathroom. So the first thing is opening this up. You're going to have 2 bottles in here. A clear bottle, then a darker black bottle here, and it comes with the instructions here. And again, all you really have to do is just follow the instructions, and it's fairly simple to do. It's really not that hard at all. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab 2 of these containers here, and the important part is to make sure you have equal amounts of each of these bottles here, the clear and the dark bottle here. It's very important that they're the same amount. A lot of times I pour them all at once, but I don't really need that much for this application, so I'm going to try to do half of each bottle. And again, you can reuse it later. It's not that hard to do, but you do have to make sure they are equal amounts. So for this application, I'm actually going to be doing 8 ounces. So basically, I'm going to pour up to this second line. Make sure it's on a flat surface here. Right there. Got my 8 ounces. Perfect. Put the lid back on this. Keep it from tipping over. Got 8 ounces in this one. Next one. Same thing. A little bit more. There we go. All right, now they got equal parts. I'm going to get a brand new bowl here, and I'm just going to pour these in here. That way I have equal amounts of each one. Try to pour them at the same time, which is kind of mixing it too. Try to get every drip out of there. Once you get about as equal as you can get, you need to stir this for 6 minutes. So what I'm going to do here is set my timer for exactly 6 minutes. Get my stir stick ready, and go ahead and start stirring this. These slow motions the whole time. not fast. You're just trying to mix it, not try to create too many bubbles or anything. And so I'll stir this for 6 minutes, and then I'll pour this into a new container, and then stir it for another 6 minutes. And this is where your fourth container will come into play here. All right, we're at the 3-minute mark, halfway there, and just still slow and steady. All right, we're at the 5-minute mark and getting on the home stretch here, almost there. All right, we reached our 6 minutes. Now what I'm gonna do is get my last new container here and go ahead and transfer this over. It is important that you use a new container. Pouring it over like this does actually help it mix a little bit per the instructions. And we're gonna do this for an additional 6 more minutes, stirring it just slow and steady, or until it reaches 90 degrees Fahrenheit. You will notice it starting to warm up a little bit, and that's good. It's supposed to do that. That's the chemical reaction taking place. If it's not warming up, then you need to keep stirring. But at least 6 minutes, and you should be good to go, and it will get a little bit warm. So here goes our another 6 minutes here. All right, I'm at the 3-minute mark here, halfway point, and I'm starting to feel just a slight little bit of warmth in here, which is good. All right, I reached my 6-minute mark, and it's not quite as warm as I would want it at 90 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm going to go for 1 more minute just to make sure. And again, in the instruction, it says approximate 6 minutes, so you may have to go a little extra, a little less, but I'm going to give it 1 more minute here, and we should be good to go after that. All right, I went ahead and went that extra minute there, and I think we're pretty much good to go. I can feel it a lot warmer now than what it was. All right, so the next step is pretty important. Again, I already wiped down all my surfaces there, so they're all clean, dust-free and everything. And next step is just basically just pouring it over there. Now this does have a self-leveling aspect to it. All right, now that I've got this ready to go, again, this is why I had this extra stick. Kind of smooth it out a little bit if need be. It is self-leveling, but sometimes it needs a little bit of motivation, make sure it's not high in some places. And basically just start in the center and you work your way out. May have underestimated how much I needed, so I'm just going to start with these 3 to make sure I have enough. And I'll come back and make another batch for that last board there. And so now I'm just going to go ahead and try to, you could use a trowel or something like that, but I'm too cheap to do that. So I'm just going to use a piece of wood here, which works just as effective to kind of get the main. You don't want more than 1/8 inch of a layer. And just go ahead and smooth this out to where it's pretty close to that, and it will, again, kind of self-level itself out. Alright, I just want to do a good inspection over it to make sure it's all completely covered. Again, when that liquid kind of hits it, it gets darker, so it's pretty easy to tell if you're missing a spot or something. Once you got it pretty level to about 1/8 of an inch in depth, no more than 1/8 of an inch, and then you get your heat source, just give a little bit, not too much, especially with the hair dryer. I don't want to get too much air on it to move it, but enough to produce heat and get rid of any of the air bubbles. Definitely want to do this before it sits too long, or else those air bubbles will be there forever, and it will be noticeable. But it's pretty simple to get rid of those air bubbles. But after I inspect everything, it looks like it's pretty well spread evenly. I'm going to go ahead and get my heat source. All right, 1 more justification. Don't laugh at the pink here, but it's just what I had at the time, and it will work. Again, make sure the heat's going pretty good here. And I don't want too much actual air blowing on it, just to kind of get rid of any air bubbles I see. Kind of hard to tell, but a lot of those air bubbles are going right away. Alright, so I think I got taken care of all the air bubbles there, and now you need about a good 8 hours to let it dry up. Pretty simple product to use. All the instructions are in the box itself. And I mean, again, I've used this product many times. Highly recommend it. It's a good product, real simple to use, easy instructions to follow. All right, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my handles that I picked up here at Lowe's and go ahead and get these measured, and that way I can pretty much put these on here. Measure 2.5 inches down. Put a mark there. Go over an inch. Same thing on this side, 2.5. Go over an inch. So we complete the same thing on the other side here, because we're going to do 2.5. Next, I'm going to grab a 9/64 bit that almost fits perfectly with the screw. And I'm just going to drill my holes here. I'm going to use this 3/8 bit to kind of be able to countersink these a little bit so they're not causing it to not be a flat surface. And this is what the finished product looks like. It's got a nice little glow to it, shine, and has a real good finish to it. And this is kind of what it looks like when I put the handles on here. And it really works out great for holding food or other items, and just kind of a decorative piece, but not too difficult to do. And here's the finished product, a simple charcuterie board that anybody can make, and it works as a great gift. Again, like, subscribe, and I'll put up some more affordable backyard woodworking videos.